Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about Fiera, which is my year-long program. And Fiera is really all about you becoming your most confident and disciplined self. It is becoming the version of you that is able to hit all of your goals. And the way I love to describe it, especially the higher tier that we have, is that it is where you come to make your 5-year plan happen in like 5 months. And the thing about Fiera is it's really how it's different from so many other programs too, is that so many programs really theorize mindset. They theorize growth. And you watch these videos and you feel good after, but you don't really know how to change. The way Fiera is different is that it is literally a training program. So every single day there drops trainings the way you might go to a gym and have a new training program to do that day. It drops trainings to help build your nervous system, your habits, and your identity so that day after day, you're getting stronger, you're getting more confident, you're getting more resilient, you're getting more driven, you're able to really tap into your potential, not just think about it a lot and want to live it, but you actually start to fulfill it day after day. And while I love dropping these episodes for you guys, and I want you to get so much value from it, truly a lot of why I do this podcast is so that you see the value in the work that we do and end up seeing the value of working with me. And the reason why I want you guys to invest is because, yes, it's my business, obviously, but also you just get such stronger results when you're inside. I have had just recently, I have had girls join Fiera and monetize their businesses within 2 weeks. I've had guys join, and they had this big dream to help financially support their family, and they thought it would take years. Did it within, I think, the first 6 weeks of joining. I've had girls 10 to 40x their audience sizes so that they can start building and monetizing their personal brand after years of sitting on it, by the way. There's girls moving abroad. There's girls buying houses. There's girls doing literally all the big things that they've wanted to do. But so much of that has happened, not from consuming the podcast episodes, but from consuming the podcast episodes, seeing the value of it, getting inside, getting that training needed, and then going on to make it happen. So I just want you to keep that in mind for this whole episode. Think about if Fiera is for you. Think about joining just so that we can get you the results you're really wanting. So today's episode is all about my Project Transform. This is something that I talked about on Instagram and it really popped off there, but it was the idea the last 2 weeks of September, I came up with this project where it's for the last 4 months of the year. I wanted to use those 4 months to hit 4 really big goals that I had in life. And people really love this idea. And I also made this video on the truth that we are under 100 days left in 2025, which is crazy. And so using those 100 days to really make the most of it so you can become unrecognizable by January 1st. Because the truth is, so many people just live the same life over and over and over and over again, month after month, promising that it's going to be different, but nothing ever really is. So Project Transform is the idea that we're actually going to make it so you don't recognize yourself or your life in the best way possible when January 1st hits. Now, I'm going to take you through my 5-step process that I want you to follow in order for you to create this for yourself. Now, I want to name, just like I did at the start of this episode, the skeleton of the plan. If you follow this, great, but for you to really be able to follow through on it, you're probably going to need some more of the discipline, the confidence, the identity, and habits and nervous system that you really need. So I'm going to take step 1, 2, and 3 really fast, just because I've already put this on social media and I want it to be a reminder, and the first 3 steps are actually quite simple. So if you want to also set 4 goals that you are going to hit at the start of the year, let's dive in. The first thing that I really have to say this, and I want you to take the next 2 minutes of this episode so seriously. So if you're multitasking, put the multitasking down. If you're on a walk, fine. If you're doing other things, just sit 2 minutes and listen to my words. Watch the video if you're on YouTube. I think this is really gonna hit you. So if you are resistant to doing this because you're worried that what if you don't hit the goals that we're about to set, then you've already lost. Or if you are someone who you only set goals you know you can hit, or you back down from the opportunity to set goals if you don't know that you're going to hit them, you have already lost. You are already living a life that you and I both know you are not actually fulfilled by. You want so much more and you don't know how to get there. That's the truth of what's happening. If you're someone who is hesitant to set goals because you don't know if you'll follow through, because you don't know if you can hit them, because you've said you wanted to change your life before and you haven't, like if that's where you're at, or you don't want to be seen failing in this, I promise you, you are living such a smaller life than what you're actually capable of. And that's because your ego's getting in the way, your fear is getting in the way, and you don't know how to be bigger than your fear. You don't know how to be bigger than the obstacles that you're going to run into along the way. So I will give you these 5 steps, but if that's what's going on, you're already losing, and you definitely need the training to make sure that your nervous system can handle the pressure of hitting these goals so that your identity and your beliefs don't sabotage you along the way. Because if you already believe you can't hit them, you're literally making this so much harder on yourself, and it doesn't need to be that way. Or you don't actually have the habits because you won't follow through because you know you won't. And you're like, that's not going to add up to that January 1st version. Okay. And one of the things that I said in my like daily training we have in Fiera, so every single day, 365 days of the year, there's a new training, there's a new action for them to take. And one of the actions today was for them to literally get a journal out and sit there and reflect. Do I think I'm going to hit that goal by January 1st? Do I think I have the habits? Do I think I have the nervous system? Do I think I have this in place? Do I think I have that in place? If the answer is no, what are you going to do about it? Don't just dilly-dally until then, right? So if that's you, let's do this episode together. Let's set these goals. Let's take these 5 steps. But just know, if you're only setting goals you know you can hit, you're already losing, and we can go bigger. So getting into it, step 1, decide 4 areas of your life that you really, really, really care about, that mean a lot to you right now, that changing this area of your life would genuinely change so much of your life. It would change the quality of your life, whatever it is. So for me, I chose my brand, my business, my body, and my bank account. Those are 4. It worked really nicely with the 4 B's, but those were the 4 areas where I was like, I would really love some movement, and I would love to have it look unrecognizable by January. So decide your 4 things, and you can always pause this episode as you go to kind of do it live. The next thing that you're going to do, step 2, is that you are going to choose a goal in each of those 4 areas. Now, this one might take you a little bit more time. Let me say, you want to set goals that push you, but don't paralyze you. You want to set goals where the energy that you have as a result of it is more like, I have no idea how I'm going to hit this, but I know if I lock in, I can do it. That's what you're going for. And this is where people get really caught up and they try and lower their goals, or they're like, I don't know what to prioritize. I told one of my clients, if you don't know what to prioritize, that is literally just a sneaky way your ego is trying to stop you from committing to this because you're scared. If you are only setting the goals that you know you can hit, again, you've already lost. And if you're not setting higher goals because you're afraid you can't hit them, I don't care. So what? So what if you don't hit them? This is the thing. It's not about whether you hit the goals. It's about who do I need to become in order to create this? That's what it's really about. And we'll see that in step 3 in a second. But I really need you to set the goals where they're big enough to really excite you and you don't know how you'll hit them, but not so big that you immediately get paralyzed, you immediately pull back, and you don't even see this through. Decide what that is. There's really no doing this wrong. Because if you set smaller goals accidentally and great, you can hit them, right? And if you set big goals and you don't hit them, you're probably going to make more progress than you would have otherwise. So don't overthink this. Set the goals that push you, don't paralyze you. Step 3, I told you we were going through this fast. I want you to answer these 4 questions. Number 1, where do I need to respect myself and my time more? Number 2, where do I need to start keeping my word to myself more? Number 3, what do I need to stop doing in order to hit these goals? And number 4, what, let's say 5 to 10 thoughts and beliefs do I need to stop thinking in order to hit my goal? So if you answer these 4 questions properly, what you're then going to have is an exact blueprint of the things that you need to follow through on in order to hit these goals. Because it's going to take changing your habits, which is really the first 2 questions. Stop doing is really the third question around what you need to stop doing is very often actually going to challenge your nervous system And the last question around what are the perspectives or beliefs I need to stop perpetuating, that's going to challenge your identity. So if you just follow through on the 4 things you write down to those 4 questions, you're literally going to make more progress in the last 3 months of the year from following those 4 questions than you did the first 9. Now we're getting to the 4th question. Now, this has not been put publicly on social media, so I'll take this one a little bit slower. Of the 4 goals you just set, and I can't even believe I didn't share mine yet. My 4 goals that I set, so I did brand, body, business, bank account. For my body, I said that I want to have abs by the end of the year. Now, I will say this on the podcast. I didn't say it on social media. Do I really care about the abs? Not necessarily. It's actually the level of intensity and discipline that I know I would need to have them by January that I'm so attracted to and really want. In terms of my business, I want to add 10,000 to my monthly recurring revenue every single month by January. And that is something where I've chosen this goal personally because it's actually listen to the duality here. It's actually so doable, but because I shut down every offer that I have, I launched Fietta, which is completely new and it's been going so amazing, but because it's new, I can tell my doubt on this. I can tell how I'm like, oh, I don't know. And if I didn't set this goal, I'd probably keep stalling. I'd probably keep it taking a long time. But if I set this for January, not only will I have added 10,000 to my monthly recurring revenue, which is not a small amount, but it will have shown me that a lot of the limiting beliefs that I've probably been operating on just get cracked. Okay, so I'm recording this basically a little before the start of October, and I've already added 3,000, and I actually think September was a painfully slow month. So it's just proving that I'm like, can I even hit that before then? Can I hit that October? I don't even need to wait till December, right? That's how I'm thinking about this. My brand. So I launched a second Instagram account just for Fietta. It is at Fietta, FIERA_HQ on Instagram. So go follow it there. But my goal is to get this second account up and running, and then also to basically add 10,000 followers to both accounts by the end of the year. So 10,000 across both. And then finally, my last goal is to save an additional $50,000 by the end of the year. So those are the 4 goals. And the reason why I'm telling you this is that now that you have your 4 goals, step 4, I want you to categorize your goals by these 3 categories, because what I'm going to do is basically tell you how you're going to spend the last 3 months of the year, October, November, December, according to these categories. So the 3 categories that I want you to categorize your 4 goals across, it doesn't matter, obviously one category is going to have more than the other. Try to make it so that you at least have a goal in each category. I think that's important, but let's get into it. So you're going to have push goals, creative goals, and steady goals. Push goals are the goals, and wait to categorize until you hear all of it. Push goals are goals that scare you. They are goals that make you sweat. They are goals that are going to really challenge you, and there's likely a degree of intensity involved. So for me, my business goal of adding 10,000 monthly recurring revenue is my one push goal. It is something that is going to, as I named, challenge some limiting beliefs that I likely have going on right now, or around, for example, how long it takes to stand up this new product, how it's gonna go. I just have this vision in mind, and I wanna basically just crack that right open. So that is my push goal. It scares me. It scares me too, mostly because my ego is involved. My thoughts are basically oh, it'd be so embarrassing if I don't hit this, because I know I can. It'd be so embarrassing, right? I don't want to be seen failing. So it scares me in that way. So that is a push goal. When that scares you, it requires intensity. It probably makes you sweat a little bit. The next category we have are creative goals. Creative goals are ones that you got to get clever to hit. You gotta get clever to hit them. You probably have to be resourceful. So they're creative goals in the way that you will have to get creative in order to hit them. You don't know how you're going to hit them, right? And you might not know how you're gonna hit any of these goals, but the creative goals in particular, you're just gonna have to really use your imagination, stretch yourself in terms of how it's gonna happen. So to give you an example of this, my bank account goal and my brand goal are both creative goals. Here's what I mean. I don't really know how I'm going to save $50,000 additional dollars by the end of the year. It's going to rely on me making way more money and also getting creative to basically hit, I don't know math, like 16,000 needed to be saved per month. Like, right? I genuinely have no idea how I'm going to hit that. I don't expect to hit that. And let me talk on that for a minute. You didn't set these goals if you knew you were going to hit them. I probably won't hit all 4. That's okay. Like, I would way rather set the stretch goal of 50,000 and see where I get and get creative and just see what happens and have to like pull different strings and whatnot to get there rather than just not setting it at all. And it's okay. It's okay if I don't hit them because I will get further having committed to this than not. So that's a stretch goal. The other stretch goal creative goal is the 10,000 followers added across both accounts. Now, is this doable that I could hit this? Of course. You could have one video really pop off and that could absolutely happen. But I'm really gonna have to think about what do I do to add those 10,000 followers in that time. It's a goal where I'm like, I don't really know how I'm gonna hit it. I'm not, based on the last couple months, I'm not actually on track to add 10,000, but I know that if I stretch, if I get creative, resourceful, I can. Okay, so those are your creative goals. The last goals are your steady goals. So not all goals need pressure. Some you need discipline, you'll need consistency. So for me, my steady goal is my body goal. It's my getting abs goal, right? It is a goal where I will have to keep at it steadily for the rest of the year. Okay, so now what I want you to do, now that you know there's push goals that really push and scare you, there's creative goals where you're really gonna need to get clever on how and creative to hit them. And there's steady goals where you need a lot more discipline and consistency. I want you to categorize your 4 goals according to those 3 categories. Now what we're gonna do, now that you have them, is we're gonna tell you the plan of how you're spending the rest of the year. So October is for your push goals. All the month of October, you are putting your focus into this push goal. You might have, hopefully you only have 2 at max of push goals, 1 or 2, but you're gonna give your all for your push goals. You're really going to have to face it now. And the reason that we're putting October to be really strong for your push goals is because these are the goals that make you want to pull back. They make you want to back down. They're just something that kind of like gnaw at the back of your mind if you don't address them. So they're just the goals that you're going to face head on right away. You're going to get into them and you are going to spend the month of October really pushing yourself, stretching yourself, really going hard, upping your intensity so that you put yourself well on track to hit these goals. Now, you don't have to hit the entire goal in October. If you do, that's freaking awesome and you can go even further, but it's just using October to really set you up to be able to hit it by January. So October is all about your push goals. In November, you are going to focus on your creative goals. Your whole month of November, you're just gonna get more creative on like, okay, what do I actually really need to do to hit this? Let me say too, it doesn't mean in October you don't focus on them at all. I want you focusing on all the goals across all 3 months, but make it more of the priority, more of the focus. So November, start getting really creative on how you're gonna hit it. Start focusing more and seeing what you gotta do to get yourself there. Start getting resourceful, start coming up with ideas. And I just want you to pretend that the more ideas you come up with, the more ways you think about hitting this, the more money you're gonna make. Just pretend, like play a game in your head. And when you do that, you're so much more likely to come up with solutions than you are just trying to get it right. So November is creative goals. So that is where I'm gonna be focused more on my brand and my bank account goals. And then finally, I'm not saying what to do in December, just because December is where you're gonna close them all out. But what I didn't talk about yet is your steady goals. Your steady goals are the goals that you're going to start focusing on today and every single day from here to close. So pretty much for me with my body, I know that, this is hilarious me telling you this, I know that I have to go from now until the end of the year very consistently to get to the point of having the abs or whatever that goal is for you. It's funny for me because I'm literally going to Turkey for 2 weeks and I know I'm not working out that much there and I know that I will be eating whatever I'm eating in Turkey, right? So I'll just have to up my intensity more when I get back. But either way, so that's the plan. Steady goals you are addressing from here to the end of the year. October, you're also using for your push goals. November, you're focusing on your creative goals. December, you are closing it all out. If you follow this plan from step 1, step 2, step 3, where we really gave you those 4 questions to follow through on, step 4 of categorizing the goals, and step 5 of October, November, steady goals throughout the year, and December to close it out, you are going to be in such a good place to hit these goals and become completely unrecognizable by January. So I hope you love this. Hope you got value about it. You followed those 5 steps. If you did, come DM me on Instagram. I always love to hear it. And if this helped you and you know you want to be with someone and have the accountability, have the training, have the coaching to make sure that this isn't just nice in theory. It's not just something that you like saved on Instagram or you like downloaded this podcast. You literally followed through on it. Come join Fiera. And what we're going to do is something special for those who join in October. In October, if you join tier 1, there's 2 tiers of Fiera. Tier 1 is more self-led. Think about it a little bit more like the membership style, whereas tier 2 is completely like you're in it with me. You're in it with me. You're getting coached every single day. So if you join tier 1, you are going to get 3 bonus group calls for the month of October, November, December, so that you have more support to follow through on this. And if you join tier 2, where you want to get coached every day, you want to go all in on your goals, whether it's business, whether it's your career, your relationships, your fitness, starting a brand, whatever that is, you are going to get 3 one-on-one calls. And I think we're going to cap this. So definitely move fast if you are wanting this, but 3 one-on-one calls with me so that October, November, December, we are talking regularly to strategize for you to actually hit these goals and to keep you set up for constant momentum, constant success. So you're getting basically extra either way when you join this month to really follow through on this. I told you guys, I love that you get value from this podcast, but I really do this so that you can see the value of hitting your goals, creating the life that you want, right? Making those 5-year plans happen in 5 months. So if you want to join in this month, I would love to have you. It would be so much fun. And you will get either the 3 bonus group calls or the 3 bonus one-to-one calls with me. Let me know how these 5 steps go. I cannot wait for you guys to actually follow through and become so different in January. And I'll catch you in the next episode.